Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Ikhwan. Inna alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. I want to ask you, brothers and sisters, to uh, first thing is tonight's just another quick announcement, couple of announcements. I want to thank everyone. I really want to thank those of you who have been passing on great information to us and feedback, excellent feedback, and motivating comments. I really appreciate that, and that's exactly, I'm going to tell you, it's what we need because we get a lot of people who don't understand what we're doing, and so therefore, without understanding what it is, they compare it to something else that it's not, and it's a little frustrating sometimes because people need to ask questions, right? If they really want to know what we're doing and not make an assumption. So there are a lot of assumptions out there, and I appreciate you people, both brothers and sisters who've written, who've sent emails, and also joined the meetings that we do every Friday night, and I'm going to do a reminder later. Please continue to share the information, to share our videos out. Please try to come to our YouTube page and subscribe so that you can get notified when we go live. By the way, we will be doing our other YouTube page, which is Islamic News and Information Network. Islamic News Information Network. Again, because I got it wrong, it's there on the screen though. Islamic News Information Network. Also that's the email address, Islamic News Information Network at Gmail. And I want to ask you all to go to that YouTube page and subscribe. We will start streaming to that one. I set it up. It takes 24 hours to set it up so that we can stream to it. So, but we will be doing that, and we'll share this video over there as well. Additionally, let's see. We had a couple of questions, and I want to answer those questions. A couple of questions were emailed to us, and one of them I thought we covered it pretty clearly, but let me answer that question. Yes, we do get physical delivery of the gold, and for those of you who haven't seen it, I don't know how you didn't see it because I just love showing it off. We get our physical delivery of the gold. That's actually gold right there. That's actually 5 grams of fine gold. The fineness is 4 nines. That means it is as fine as gold is refined commercially. And you see it has the name of Karat bars in the back of it there. That name being on the gold is very important because that means we have our own queue in the refinery. They're not just refining gold bullion and then, throwing it in a bag and shipping it off to Karat bars so that they can place it in the card. No, that gold is it is a queue, especially for Karat bars. And also you see the certificate of authenticity, and there's some security features on that card as well. That's the 5 gram one, and that's the one I like to show off. And again, for those of you who didn't see the earlier videos, and you might say, well, I've seen that, some of you, that's actual gold right there embedded in there. You can see it glimmering. Gold doesn't tarnish, and it has security features on it. That's a 6/10 of a gram, and we have the other ones too, the 4/10 and the 2/10 and the 1/10, right? So that's actual gold embedded. So we say we have our own money here, right? This is money. This is real money, not currency. It's money. It has gold in it. So yes, we do get, and FedEx is our delivery partner. Karat Bars International is FedEx's largest single customer, right? Because we're in 131 countries now and over 550, 600,000 affiliates. It's growing a lot. So the other question is, how long does it take to receive the gold? And that's a good question because it hits on a couple of issues there. So I'm going to do probably tomorrow night when we do it, I'm going to show everyone how we actually purchase the gold in your back office, your free back office, the one you have that you don't pay for. It gives you an e-commerce business globally. It's instantaneous. Once I purchase the gold, it is moved into my storage in my back office. At that point, I do what I want to do with it. And the point is that, and I'll show you guys this tomorrow, I'll actually go in and buy some, or as we like to say, exchange our fiat currency, right? We exchange our fiat, right? That debt note here, that debt note, for those of you who didn't see it, that debt note, it says what? Oh, wrong side, huh? Right, over there. Federal Reserve Note. Federal Reserve Note. And if you all know, you might have understand that note is debt. And even the Federal Reserve admits, and as I tell you guys all the time, and I'll say it again because it's a point that many don't really get first time. If there were no debt, there would be no currency, because every single bill that is printed or not printed, every loan that is made, they're not moving money from the vault into an account that says, well, that's the money we just lent so-and-so. And we don't do that. We're a debt-free company. There's no interest involved. There's no inflation, right? That eats away at the value. Rather, the inflation works in our favor. As the dollar reduces in its purchasing power, the gold goes up. In fact, gold is up now about 1220. But it fluctuates. Why? Because of the currency. So if you measure the price of the gold by different currencies, you're going to get a different price, of course, and then you start matching the currencies against each other. That's what Forex is all about, trading currencies, because currencies are going like this, up and down. But while they're going up and down, they're constantly losing their purchasing power based on a number of factors. You know, and I think I showed you guys this the other day. I was on a stream. I don't know which one. Trump wants to do tariffs against China, right? So if you ever see the video of him in the Oval Office, you'll see two of these phones right here on his desk. This is the Cisco 8851. You'll see two of these on his desk. And you can't see it, but on the back here, maybe you can see it. It says made in China, right? If I could point it out there, made in China, right? Anyway, I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to show it to you. Yeah, there it is, right there. Am I on the right side? Right there, right? Made in China. Hold it really close there so you can see it, right? And as you already know, pretty much everything you have, your cell phones, my mic, the mic I'm using here, yeah, made in China. You know what I mean? So what's going to happen? He's going to put tariffs on it, but who's going to pay the tariffs? The consumer, right? It's going to hurt the consumer. So anyway, so I was saying, sorry about that, guys. I get distracted. I get off into another tangent. Yeah. So yeah, you get the gold immediately. It's an immediate you transfer the money or the currency electronically, and they transfer the gold instantaneously into my control in my back office. At that point, I can choose to ship it, which I usually don't. I wait till I get about 30 to 40 grams before I ship, because it costs me the same to ship 1 gram or 99 grams. It's the same price. It's $24 and change, right? They ship 1 gram or 99 grams. 100 grams or more are free. They ship it to you free. They actually store it free, right? Who does that out there? No free storage. And, you know, free storage doesn't matter how much you have in there. They'll store it for you free. Unlike your bank, when you put your currency in there, your fiat, they want to charge you fees, right? While it's constantly losing its value, purchasing power. In my case, the gold is an asset and it increases in value based on the reduction of the gold of the currency values. And I think, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but currencies depreciate, they lose and gain against each other, but they all are losers, right? All of them are losing. And ultimately, every currency ultimately reduces itself to, it gets reduced to its base value, which is the value of the paper that it's printed on, and that's it. So moving on. We have a donation. One of our business partners gave us $525 to do what? To gift to 3, I don't know what we're going to use as criteria, how we're going to say the first 3, the second 3, or whatever. I don't know. I'll figure out how we're going to do that. But we're going to buy business packages. And I'm just of the mind to say, okay, the first 3 people on Friday night, between Friday, this hopefully, you know, we'll get people this Friday. And the first 3 will get a free business package. And that means they never, ever have to come out of their pocket with anything to pay for anything. You never have to come out in the first place. It's free. You can stay in a free position and still earn and save in gold and take a lot of benefit. The phone is still in your back office with a free account, or if you're like me with a VIP account, it's in my back office, it's in your back office. You can purchase it, and then anyone who you sign up gets it as well, and they can purchase it, whether they get a business account, a business package or not. But we're giving away 3 business packages. The other thing is, just wanted to remind everyone to join us tomorrow night. The link for the meeting will be in this video, as it's been in all of our other videos. If you get on this video, not likely, but if possible, it's possible that you get to this video before I get to drop the link in there for tomorrow night's meeting, and every Friday night at 9 p.m. After that, you just schedule it out. I'm going to increase the scheduling out for a while because I like what we're doing here, and we're able to get a lot of people on board. We're able to answer a lot of questions. We're able to do our presentations. And by the way, tomorrow night, I'm pressing myself. I'm a little behind schedule, but the presentation that I told you I have been working on to include the Islamic, there's some, book ayahs from the Quran, hadith, statements of the ulama, starting with the companions of the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and moving forward about gold, about what we're doing. Also some evidence to support what we're doing, because there's some people who have a few questions about it. Is it halal? And what and I'll tell you this. I had a brother ask me, he said, is gold halal? He said, well, actually what he said, he overheard me talking to another brother, and he said, I hope that's white gold that you're talking about, because yellow gold is haram. So I told him, I said, well, the first point is that we're not talking about gold as jewelry. We're talking about gold as wealth, as money, as a store of value. And secondly, there's no such thing as white gold. There's no such thing as white gold. All gold is the same in terms of its color if it is pure. Now, people add, and he said, well, the sheikh said his white gold is permissible. I said, well, akhi, the white gold means that it's not pure gold. That means they've added other things, sometimes silver, sometimes other metals in it in order to change the color. and sometimes there's, rose gold, which they add an element, a metal into it, and sometimes other ways of changing the color of gold, but it's not pure. What we have here is absolutely 4/9 gold. It doesn't have, the impurities have been removed to the maximum level that is commercially refined. And so it's gold. It is gold, and it is the color of gold is all over the planet. So that's kind of it. I didn't have anything else to say. I do want to say, continue passing it out. We're getting a lot of good comments. Continue. If you have questions, join us in the meeting, or you send an email, or you give me a call, right? My number, I have my phone number. I have so many ways you can contact me. So there's no excuse there to say, well, I don't know how to get in touch with the brother. You got my phone number. You have my WhatsApp number. You have my email address for Islamic News Information Network at Gmail. And what else you have? You have the page. You have our Facebook page, which is what is it? The Muslim Muslim Group Economics. Visit the page, follow it, like, share, and recommend it, please. We're trying to make this thing happen. And honestly, let me tell you, in closing, I've been saving precious metals for 35 years, a little more than that actually, right? Alhamdulillah. And I've been wanting to save gold, and only when this company came along and actually made gold affordable to save, and we'll go into that in our meeting. And guess what? You can save it in as little as 1/10 of a gram. And you see that 1/10 of a gram right there? That 1/10 of a gram, don't let it blind you. That's the light hitting it. The 1/10 of a gram is less than $5. Well, gold went up a little bit. So $5 or approximately $5. So if you've been drinking Starbucks coffee or whatever, hey, it makes you, this system actually, it's a paradigm shift. How do I think about spending my money these days? Honestly, many people, and we'll have some of our brothers on, and I won't tell you which ones. Well, we have some of our brothers on, and they'll tell you how it's changed their lives. And we have a show that we're doing called The Spotlight, and it's all about how the shift in thinking, how we save, how we spend, and the whole idea of what we're doing, helping one another to achieve wealth. And so it just changes the way that we're approaching this, and it's actually good for the community, it's good for the individual, it's good for the family, it's good for the community, our organizations, our institutions. And, and one of the points, and one of our brothers, he has a sort of an educational program on. He talks about how we need to have waqfs, how our communities, our masajid are surviving on, many of them, 75%, I think is the number, are surviving on donations and fundraisers. And as you know, every time you turn around, they're collecting money to do certain things and to have fundraisers. The masjid that I attend on Jummah, for Jummah here in Maryland, usually because it's near the job, they always are asking at the end of Jummah for donations. And they just scheduled a fundraiser on top of it. And the brother said, don't let the fundraiser stop you from giving now. You can give now. They are always asking. And I asked the brother, wouldn't it be nice if you could say, first of all, if everyone in here was saving, and by them saving, it created a flow of wealth, of payouts throughout the community. Everyone sitting in here was getting paid on their debit MasterCard, such as I do every Friday. I get paid not because I'm selling anything, not because I'm buying anything, but because we come together and we, this is a Karatbars by the way. We have our own MasterCard. And I get paid on that every Friday. And I get paid in euros. But I've used this card all over. When I've traveled overseas, I use it here. I can go to the ATM and pull out money. I never do, right? I simply flip it right back into some gold and stack gold, as I'm going to do tomorrow night. I'm going to use this card and show you how easy it is to go on, exchange that fiat euros that are on this card and exchange them for four nines gold, and how it goes into my account. And I may even have it shipped and show you how easy that is, but I usually leave it there. I usually leave it there until it gets to where I'm gonna, get it shipped to me. So anyway, that's enough for now, and I apologize for making this a little long, a little lengthy, and probably unusually boring, right? It's unusually boring. See you tomorrow night, inshallah. And pass it around. Get on the call tomorrow. Get on the webinar tomorrow. Please, I'm begging you. Please get on. I want to hear from you. This is me talking to you. I want us to communicate, to conversate, to have a dialogue about this. And if you have questions, you can ask them. If you have objections, come on. I want to hear from the ones who see this and say, you know what? No, man, I don't think that's good. I don't want to do that. And whatever, I'm about to say excuses, whatever reasons you have, bring it, please. I had a brother, I'll extend it a little bit. I had a brother last week, he's in Malaysia, and he had an objection. And we dealt with it right there. In fact, I was happy to hear, because he added some, he invigorated the meeting a little bit, because I got to answer questions that a lot of people may think but not ask the question. Or they may say, that's a good question. They may not have thought of it. But we dealt with it. And the difference between, I'll tell you, one of the big differences between his system and our system is that he said, I don't have any physical gold. I've never taken any physical gold. I don't have any. And they charged them for storage. And there was some more stuff too, that made it a little bit, for me. And as I told him, I said, look, everything is not for everybody. Some people may like what you're doing right there and say, hey, that's for me. I want to do that. I forget the name of his. It was called Hello Money, Hello Gold, right? This is the other one. This is another one. I tried it out. A guy named Peter Schiff has this here, Gold Money. I tested it out, right? Because I said, some people are not ready for what we're doing. Actually, this company, Caribars International, is a whole different company in terms of all of the things we're doing from just the last 12 months or the 12 months before that. But I got the Gold Money about almost 2 years ago now to test it out. I look at all of what some people might call competition. I always say there is none, really. In reality, there is no competition, because no one out there has their own money. No one out there has their own phone. We have our own blockchain phone. No one out there has their own payment system that allows you to spend gold if you choose to. And as we have a community of businesses and what have you that are accepting gold as money, and then be able to convert that gold using our card to put that gold and convert it to local currency no matter where you are in the world. There's a whole lot to this, yes. So you can save in an asset. Save in an asset. Convert it to fiat when you need it, or spend it in your community as gold. At the point of sales, it converts to, gold moves over to the merchant, or he can choose to take fiat. And now that the cryptocurrency and that our Carrot Pay system is really taking off there, we have a gold-backed crypto. And well, let me go. We can discuss all this tomorrow. And those of you who've been on the call with me on the Friday nights, look, we start the call off at 9. We say it's going to be an hour. Well, sometimes it runs a little longer than that, you know? And I don't mind. I love it because the only reason it runs longer is because people are putting information out there. They're asking. We had a sister on last week, part of a system down in Florida. She's involved with the masajid and the, what is it, I think the commerce, the trade, what is it, local organizations that deal with local trade and business, you know. So anyway, let me go. Jazakumullah khair. I appreciate everyone, and I really apologize for the length of this. I usually try to keep it down to about 10 to 15 minutes. I'll see how bad I went against that. So we'll talk. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu